Hi everyone, this is Eamon Hogan. I am the creator of the Rugby Coaches in Self-Isolation Facebook page. Tonight is one of our regular training nights at Lincoln Rugby Club here in the UK. I just thought it might be interesting if I showed you how I planned the session, how I put it together, what my thoughts were on putting it together this way, and maybe have a few things at the end of the training session that might actually surprise you. So, let's get on with it. The session starts with a tennis ball and a dog walker's delight, a tennis ball thrower. He will throw the ball into this channel, which, as you can see, has a yellow and a red and a blue square. Obviously on screen it might not be aware, but that's about, I don't know, a 30-meter wide channel. Over here, at socially distanced, measured 2 meters apart, the players have their starting point. On the word go, the go will be the ball being thrown in the air into the channel. All 4 players will chase it. One who will catch it decides which one of the 3 channels they will run to. Let's say, for example, the ball catcher says red. The ball catcher throws the ball back. He then runs into the red channel. Someone has to hit blue, someone has to hit yellow, and somebody has to make the first initial pass. Beg your pardon, not pass. So you've got a pass, a red channel, a blue channel, and a yellow channel. Over here will be a second group, because we have to keep socially distant, and they will also be doing the same thing but from the other side. After a period of time, we will swap the groups over, keeping distant apart, and they all are attacking a fictitious opposition, because under UK government guidelines we are not allowed to run at people. Okay, so when we finish the next cycle, I'm going to ask you to tell me everything we're doing. What we're doing.
Go boys, get the cones up!
Okay. Hell, so calm.
I'm red. Get heavy, but sorry, bud.
5 minutes, go! Guys, have a think about what we're doing, fellas. Have a think about it. Where's that going?
I'll get the ball. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's the point of the exercise with regards to space? Keep wide. Why keep wide? If you want to counter-attack, anything else?
When you're in a game situation where the man goes up the ball,
Yeah.
you're not going to stand like you're going to get back, so you can either run onto it or support it.
Good point. Very good teams. One watches the ball, everybody else watches the defence. Let's look at it from the defence's point of view. What are they looking for? What are they looking for you guys to do? Perfect. So become narrow, because then you become easy to defend. If you go too wide, you're trying to make those huge passes that you can't pass, and your unconscious bias kicks in because you can't make a 20-meter pass. You go, I'm going to go myself. Okay, and it's a curse of people with no skill is that they don't trust their own judgment. So I'm pushing you wide to give you that trust. Let's talk about the skills. Okay, what about the skills? What are the things we should be looking for in the passes? In front? Where in front?
Slightly in front.
Yeah, but
They should be out in front of you with your hands there.
hands out. Yes, so you're in front, yes, but towards the ball. So here's the question. How do you get back? How do you go back? How do you go backwards? Sideways. I know it sounds easy, but you go backwards and sideways. Right? Or you bounce backwards. Going backwards slows you down. You don't see it. Bounce backwards. You become coasting and then go. So try that again. Okay, we're trying all those things together. Where's the fourth guy?
Yeah, guys, ball it. Yeah, blue. Yeah, mid front, we're home in front.
Been a while, is it? Come on, bud. Get your head in the game. Come on, we can get it. Somebody's got to go in. Nice. So, some 17 hours after last night's training session, just time for a little bit of reflection. I've had a bit of time. Usually that would take place in the car on the way home, get back, maybe take a few notes and have a real good think about it. But I've had a bit of time today, so I've looked at the video. So some thoughts on me first, because obviously it's all about me. I got the points across that I wanted. I was really clear about not criticizing the players for making a mistake. It was about, if they dropped it, then they dropped it. But if they dropped it because they were pushing themselves, I was okay with it. I think it's important that they be allowed to make mistakes, because that's how they learn, isn't it? I was clear I didn't want to push any tactics or push any direct links with the season on sort of a game planning point of view. I think it's important that that happens. I was trying to focus in on the pass. It's still not where we're supposed to be, but again, we've got no target to aim for. So why am I pushing them now when it could be 4 or 5 months before we play any sort of contact game? So let's just wind it back a bit. With it, I think I stuck well to the government guidelines. I think I kept the distancing well. I kept them attacking. As I said in the film, you're not allowed to run at each other because of the vapor spray that come out, and that's can be a factor in contracting the COVID virus. I think I spoke a bit too much, and so I did one positive thing, and I'm not sure it was a negative. I'd need to mull up over a bit more. So one of the positive things I did was I gave them an opportunity to think before I asked them a question. So if you notice, I pulled them together, said, I'm going to ask you a question when we come back again. So go away, right? Do your thing, and then come back, and then I'll ask you questions. And I think that was a positive. I think giving them time to think and mull over what I was going to say and what they were looking for, and I think that was a positive. The problem was I think it went on too long. But the thing I should make clear is that I have to give them rest periods. What's not shown on the video is that before they got to me, they had a 20-minute fitness session, and they were pretty significantly tired by the time they got to me. So to get them to run a significant amount of more steps within me, we don't have GPS. We don't have any sort of online monitoring. So you just have to judge by what you know about the player, and just be careful that you rehydrate and all the things, all the positive stuff we all know as coaches. But I think it went on a bit too long, and I need to really think about what I'm trying to get across, and more importantly, give them a chance to express themselves. So maybe player feedback is that I need to approach 2 or 3 of the players and have over them and see what they say. Other than that, it met all my aims, it met all my demands. So as a little nuggety session, I think it was okay. It was nowhere near as intense as I would love it to be, but again, we're restricted by UK guidelines, so I can't do that. So moving on to one final point, and it's to do with, you see commentary in newspapers and on social media about why are we doing pre-season now. The truth is, it's not actually pre-season. About 4 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, the coaches all got together at our local club, and they were asked if they would give up some time to help bring the club back mentally re-engage. We were allowed to gather in small groups, and what was happening was we didn't realize it at the time, but when we brought all the players back, there was a lot of people who really suffered under lockdown. And even now, even like last night, for example, one player was having a particularly bad day of something that had happened elsewhere in his life. As coaches, we're not talking tactics. We're not doing lineouts. We're not doing sort of team patterns of play. We're not doing scrum positioning or shaping or nothing like that. We're just giving them a space to throw a rugby ball around, but more importantly, interact with each other and have some fun. There are plenty of spaces for fun. The coaches aren't dictatorial about what we're trying to get them to do. We just want them to play. Just enjoy and the fun that comes from playing the rugby game. It is absolutely a mental health exercise. This is all this is. It's a mental health exercise. It's got nothing really to do with any sort of long-term planning for the team. The groups are mixed in mixed abilities. The groups are mixed within age groups. There's no friends allowed to be with another friend unless it helps with a new guy coming to join the team. They all mix in together. Everybody's treated the same. And so you may have noticed that some drop passes, some have really good techniques, some don't. Again, not a problem. It's just about getting everybody in, creating this one club idea. And what you may have noticed in the background is that the ladies team are training in the background at the same time. We've set the template. The ladies are following us. They have their own coaching staff, so they're doing really well now. Over the next few weeks, we're going to bring the youth players back and just training once a week, just using the templates that we've set up as the senior program. And then in September, we'll decide as a club how to engage the mini program. Again, the mini program is a different set because they're all under the age of 11, which for those in the UK, that's a significant marker. It may not be a marker in your country. So the session that you saw earlier in this little conversation was mental health based engagement, creating what they call a circle of safety, just allowing players to be themselves, away from all the pressures of their world. You know, this session was completed while the press in this country the RFU have released numbers of staff from their job, and they're going to have to apply for their roles. There'll be a reduced number, they'll have different roles, and all of the stress that goes with that. That's just the rugby environment in this country. And there's a lot of pressures on young men and women. And I think anything we can do as coaches to just engage, bring the fun back, get them to interact with each other, and create a place where they can talk or not talk. It's entirely up to them. There's no judgments. So I'm hopeful this video has helped. I've got itchy nose here. I'm hopeful that this video helped you guys to sort of come up with ideas, to sort of think about things, think about the sessions that you're running, think about why you're running them. Does it meet your lockdown requirements? Put a session up that you've done. That would be fantastic if you could put something up that you've done. I know Dubai Hurricanes have put something up a few weeks ago. See more of that. Overall, you know, the idea of the Facebook group was to just give something back to the game and the rugby community. Everything on it was free, and that remains the case. So if you need any help, you know, I have access to some really very, very experienced coaches. Please let me know. Just let me know what you need, and I can try and help as best I can. So yeah, so I'll just leave it there. So wherever you are in the world, keep safe, keep well, and I hope you enjoyed this session.